Okay, Isaac, Doug, are 8 spline cranks worth it? I want to get new ones, but 48 spline are really expensive. Isaac, I don't know why it is, but you know, I want to say yes, just because that was one of my first important upgrades that I did on my bike, and I've never changed it since. But in all honesty, I don't know if they really have that much of an effect. They are weaker and they're a lot heavier. But I run 48 spline cranks because I run spline drive sprocket. With a spline drive sprocket, it just sits exactly how it's supposed to. And I'm sure a lot of you guys know where you tighten that bolt that holds the sprocket in place on the crank. Sometimes that sprocket still wiggles. So you get side to side wobble, you get loose tight wobble, and it just makes your bike feel awful. So that was the biggest reason why I switched to 48 spline, so I could run spline drive and just completely cut that out of the equation. You could also, with spline drive, run left-hand drive or right-hand drive without having to switch the cranks around or buy different drive specific cranks. But if you're not breaking 8 spline, you don't necessarily need to go up to 48 spline. But I will say they're way more expensive. They're way lighter and they're way stronger. So I don't know what your level of riding is at. I mean, if you have the money, I would never run 8 spline riding at the level I'm riding at. But for a brand new person, it's okay. You're working into Hop 360s. I think you're going to be pretty close to like mid-level rider very soon, and right around mid-level you want to start upgrading to 48 spline. Make sure you have double wall and even aftermarket chromoly. So that's kind of my take on that. But that was down at the bottom. I got skipped down a little bit. Isaac, you're grinding a 5 rail and working on 3 flat, dude. You should really go with the 48 spline. I think that's gonna the lightness, the strength, you're gonna benefit from it for sure.